prep work of the metal is one of the most important parts. I sometimes neglect that because I'm lazy when I'm there welding, and I regret. But the idea of prepping metal is cleaning it up, the face that you're going to weld on the face you're going to weld into. For example, this part of these stairs is already cleaned and primed, but this is not even cleaned, not primed. The idea is that whenever, if I connected the welding machine somewhere in all this frame, and I want to start to weld here, the paint, the primer that's in here is going to create a sort of layer between the two metals. So won't be very easy to start welding. Let's say that I remove the pliers here and what will happen is that it will start to weld. But while I'm welding, what's going to happen is that um, this part of the paint is going to taking up flames, and all those that dust, all that smell is going to go in your lungs, which is not very safe. Yes, you could use a rest, but to remove the risk of being dirty, just like it's here next to the place I welded, it's better to clean up before, so you don't get up flames while you're welding, and it looks cleaner by the end. The reason why I did clean and prime this part before welding, because this is such a big part and I had to lift it up and probably to put this all together, and I didn't want to get dirty, and these little parts I not even primed, and after I finish with all this, I'm going to clean everything up again and prime everything up again and then paint over it. But I'm going to work with things like I have, and I'm going to show you how I prep it, because this is also not painted or primed, but this is worked over at the station before we pick them up, and I'm gonna show how I'm gonna clean up the place up there. And I'm gonna weld this. I don't know how I'm gonna fill that. Well, the best idea is that when you're cleaning this with a grinder, I'm not gonna use a grinder, I'm gonna use, when you're cleaning this, it's better to have a clamp, but my clamps are busy up there holding something together. Create like a sort of jig with great spacing between the parts of the stairs I'm welding. I only have two clamps. I'm just gonna hold this with one hand and clean it with the other, what's supposed to be a grinder. And then I'm going to go up there and I'm going to clean the sides of the stair where I'm going to weld this. I'm gonna find a way how to film that too, but let me very near how I'm gonna start cleaning this. When working with a grinder or when cutting metal, it's always good to wear protection. I always wear my gloves because it gets dirty, but always eye protection. I'm telling you from experience that you do need eye protection. So I'm gonna turn this on and probably put some music on the background, but let me know if it's better to have the ASMR sound of the grinder or the music. So that's it. So you see the difference between the already coated with, I think it's carbon or something, and the spaces that I grinded. So this is going to go next to the part upwards, and that one is going to be clean just like this. And when I weld, it's gonna be cleaner. It's gonna attach better with heat of the weld. It's gonna be easier, better looking, and more strong. I'm not so sure this tripod is going to hold when I put my phone up there. Look, if I push it with one finger, it will fall. Ooh. Yep. But still, this is an old phone, so my wife probably will buy me a new one. Okay. Let's try. Okay, it's holding. So, I'm gonna clean this part here, where, just like this one, the stairs are going to go attached to. And you see I've made some spacers. I want them 2 centimeters apart, and then the stair is gonna go next to the spacer. It's gonna be 3 centimeters apart. So how it's going to work is that I'm gonna put this in, just like this. No, like this. This is gonna be cleaned up, and here, everything. And I'm gonna weld it in place, weld it on the next side, put the spacer away, put it next to this one, cut another one up, put the spacer on the next side, and until it goes to the end. And this is gonna be the type of stair that's gonna help me with the roofing up here. I don't know if you can see, yeah. I'm gonna do the insulation on the sides and upwards. Whoops, don't move. And since I had the time to do this while a company was doing the tiles on the back side where the dog rooms are going to be, and the guys were doing the roofing, I started to do this slowly, and I just have like a couple of days until all the other construction are done, and I'm gonna start with installation. And probably after that I'm gonna do the drywall by myself, or gonna get some help from a buddy. But we're gonna see about all of this in the next videos. Now, let's do the cleanup. Wear your glasses. They're a bit foggy, but now I think all this part that I'm going to do after, and this part right here is a bit tricky because I welded before I started cleaning. Then I remember I needed to do a video about cleaning because I don't really care. I usually put a respirator once I'm starting to weld, and I don't care about the flame around the welding part, so I'm just cleaning up after and repainting it. But it would be easier if I didn't have this welded part here, and the cleanup would be more smoother and easier for me. But I'm gonna do like probably use my left hand, which is not my better hand, but I'm gonna see how. that I finish this part, I'm gonna still do the upper part here because when I'm welding, this part is going to heat up and probably burn the paint. And I don't like the burn marks a lot since you see it looks messy. And I tried to, when I first tried these couple of days to do the prep work first, the welding was much more smoother and cleaner, and I think it's also stronger, so that's why I'm doing this. Nice. So fast forward, I'm gonna do this part. So this is it. I did to hold my parts. Put a spacer here. Put a part here on the side. It's gonna be much cleaner, less, and probably stronger. I don't know. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.